artificial intelligence. It's moving so fast, and it's about to completely flip pretty much every profession we know on its head. And nursing is right at the top of that list. So let's dive into how this incredible technology isn't just going to change nursing, but completely redefine it.
So this is the million-dollar question, right? It's the one that gets everyone talking, a little bit of excitement, maybe a little bit of anxiety. Can a machine, no matter how smart, ever truly do what a nurse does? Well, over the next few minutes, we're going to explore a roadmap that gives us a pretty fascinating answer.
Here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at the big picture, the AI evolution roadmap. Then, we're going to walk through three very distinct phases. AI as the assistant, then the partner, and finally, the guardian. And we'll wrap it all up by seeing how this leads to a whole new definition of what it even means to be a nurse.
Okay, so to really get a grip on the future, you need a map. And the way AI is going to integrate into nursing isn't going to happen all at once. It's really a three-phase transformation, and each phase is totally different from the last.
And here is that map. Right now, we are stepping into the age of ANI. That's artificial narrow intelligence. This phase will probably last until around 2030. You can think of this as the AI assistant. Then, starting in the 2030s, we get the rise of AGI, or artificial general intelligence. That's the AI partner. And finally, get ready for it. In the 2040s and beyond, we enter the age of ASI, artificial superintelligence, the AI guardian. Let's really dig into what each of these phases is going to feel like for nurses on the ground.
So, let's start with phase one. This is where we are right now and for the rest of this decade. It's the era of artificial narrow intelligence, or ANI. This kind of AI is a specialist. It's designed to do very specific tasks, and its whole job is to be an unbelievably powerful assistant. Now, here's the thing that's super important to understand about this first phase. There's something called the institutional buffer. Basically, big regulatory bodies like the Department of Health and Human Services and state boards of nursing are going to be very, very cautious. They'll make sure AI is used as a tool to make a nurse's job better, not to get rid of it.
And this is where the rubber really meets the road. I mean, look at this. In the general wards, AI is going to handle all that tedious record keeping and figure out the best shift schedules. What does that do? It frees up nurses to actually talk to their patients. In the ICU or the ER, you get predictive alerts, so the nurse's job becomes about judging those alerts and focusing on the deeply human stuff, like grief counseling. And in surgery, AI automates instrument counts, so the nurse can focus on high-level coordination. You see the pattern here, right? It's all about cutting out the busy work to elevate the human work. So, how do nurses not just survive, but actually thrive in this new world? By becoming experts in the three areas AI just can't touch. First, a care design coordinator, someone who weaves together a patient's family, their values, their whole life into a care plan. Second, a digital nursing editor, who looks at an AI-generated plan and says, okay, but does this actually fit this specific person? And third, a social-emotional expert, the person who can read the nonverbal cues of a child or understand the complex needs of a dementia patient.
So the big takeaway from this first phase is this. Nurses get freed from so much of the backbreaking physical and administrative labor. This allows the whole profession to evolve into what it was always meant to be, the deeply intellectual and emotional work of true care.
All right, so now let's jump forward into the second phase, kicking off in the 2030s. This is where we meet artificial general intelligence, or AGI. And this is a game changer, because AI is no longer just a tool, it becomes a partner, with cognitive abilities on par with a human's.
And the capabilities of an AGI-powered humanoid are just staggering. I mean, think about it. Where a human nurse faces physical strain, AGI has superhuman strength. Where humans, understandably, experience emotional burnout, AGI offers literally infinite patience and kindness. And where our five senses are limited, AGI can perceive things we can't even imagine, like tiny changes in skin temperature that signal a coming crisis.
Okay, so this changes everything. With AGI humanoids handling all the physical work, bathing patients, managing IVs, you name it, the role of the human nurse transforms. They are no longer the doer. Instead, they become the legal and ethical auditor. They're the one who signs off on the care plan, the one who carries the ultimate responsibility.
And this quote just nails it. The value of a nurse is no longer measured by the tasks they perform. It's measured by their very presence, their ability to be that trusted human connection, to provide comfort and empathy in a way that no machine ever could.
Now, let's look even further out. Let's get into the really wild stuff. the 2040s, and the arrival of Phase 3, artificial superintelligence, or ASI. We're talking about an intelligence that is so far beyond our own, it's hard to even comprehend, and its role shifts from partner to guardian, basically rewriting the rules of medicine as we know. And the star of the show in this era? Nanorobots. Imagine microscopic, molecular-level machines controlled by this ASI that can go inside your body. Their job is to repair cells, hunt down and destroy diseases, and even reverse the aging process right there from the inside. The consequences of this are, well, they're almost unimaginable. Physical injuries could heal in moments. Chronic diseases, gone. Surgery would become this barbaric thing of the past. Even something like dementia could be physically erased by repairing the brain neuron by neuron. Suddenly, the very idea of biological death becomes a choice.
And that leads us to the ultimate question for nursing. When our bodies are basically programmable and death is no longer inevitable, what does it mean to care for someone? The nurse's role has to elevate one last time, from an ethical auditor to an existential guide, helping people navigate what it means to be human in a world without biological limits.
All right, let's tie all of that together and see how this incredible evolution forges a brand new definition of nursing. You can see the whole journey right here. We start in the A&I phase. AI is the assistant, and a nurse's main job is mastering those tools. Then we evolve to the AGI phase, where AI becomes a partner, and the nurse's focus shifts to auditing care and providing that crucial emotional support. And finally, in the ASI phase, AI is the guardian, and the nurse's task becomes the most human of all, helping patients to find dignity when faced with near immortality.
To put it another way, the identity of a nurse goes on this incredible journey, from a doer of physical tasks to a guardian of ethical care, and finally to a philosopher of life itself, guiding all of us through humanity's next great chapter. So let's circle all the way back to where we started. Will robots and AI replace nurses? The answer isn't a simple yes or no. The truth is, they're going to revolutionize the profession. Technology is going to handle the how of nursing with an efficiency we can't even imagine, which leaves us, and especially nurses, to focus on the one thing technology can never ever own, the why. Which really makes you wonder, what is that uniquely human core of care that will always be irreplaceable?